Crew is amazing, the people, everything. It's like I didn't have high expectations, but I'm having massive fun. Honestly, it's crazy.
People around it. It doesn't matter if you work in this festival, you're visiting the festival, or you're a local person. We always had this gang together and everybody were like in a family.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the Cash Game Festival in Bratislava, day 3, and the action has been rampant, and we're joined by Sam Clark, a British vlogger and full-time professional poker player. So thanks very much for joining. Look forward to some of the insight across the stream. Looks like we've got a 2-5 no limit hold'em game. We do throw out the idea of 5-10, but as you can imagine, Sam, people are slightly less likely to play the higher stakes when the whole card information is given away, and often some people have been on the list for weeks and weeks, and the sort of the regs here that are game selecting hard often choose not to play because of these reasons. Lots of regs want to play on the game, and kind of kills the action a little bit. But we're going to do our best, and hopefully we just see Rock there, who's in seat 3. He was giving it large in the short deck, that's for sure. And for you guys that were watching the short deck,
stole the package from me.
Yeah, he stole the package from Sam. Literally had one hand on the trophy as well, and it was an unfortunate end to that. I sort of crashed and burned in my attempt.
You had a brief
I had a brief glimpse of the trophy. I had a brief sort of moment of clarity in life when I was sat on about €1,000 stack and thinking of Romania and the free package. However, it didn't quite go to plan.
I don't have no button turtle.
And there were some sick hands in that short deck.
I love short deck,
Jesus. yeah, it's so much fun.
We were saying on the stream, weren't we, that it's the best game for a stream.
Yeah,
because it just encourages action.
Yeah.
Everyone's all in.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a couple of times where I'd put in way too much money with like King High or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I just saw a suited ace and I was like,
let's
holy
go.
Jesus, let's go.
Yeah. On this table, and you had an interesting spot because obviously Franke was driving the action as normal, so you're kind of like sandwiched behind with a lot of unknown hands.
A lot of blind hands a lot of the time, where he was just putting in like 100 blind,
Yeah, but you had the guys behind
who
who
were
were trapping.
behind
Me.
What was I supposed to
Who's
do?
playing pretty much a limp only strategy. So got some deep stacks, which is nice to see. Antonio, we did see on the 2-5 stream before, certainly a more conservative player. You were in this game, right, with him?
Yesterday, yeah.
What were we expecting from Antonio?
Not a lot of talking.
Not a lot of talking.
He actually, when we started the game yesterday, we asked about the 2-7 game, about the button game, and he didn't speak English.
Oh, really?
And then he did speak English when the dealer spoke to him. So.
Oh, really?
That's the amount of talking we're expecting from Antonio.
Yeah. So flat out refusing to play the 7-2 game.
Any of the games.
Okay. Not even.
He's clearly here to make money.
There's certain ways
like
to go about
He's buying
it.
in deepest, but you've got to try and make it a fun game, I think.
Yeah, there's
you can
certain
make
ways
money
to go
and
about
still
that.
have a good time.
Yeah, I'd classify myself as a live pro, but half of the deal with playing live for a living is that you've got to give action and you've got to give the image that you're there to gamble.
Massively
because how can Antonio expect to get paid off by recreational players playing these stakes? They're not idiots. They've made their money from somewhere, and they're going to be onto you if you're not giving action. You're sat there quietly. You're only ever 3-betting or folding. It's a classic giveaway.
And look at this. He's bought in for 2K.
Yeah, and do you think that will move from anywhere between 1,800 and 2,200 or?
Unlikely unless it's a cooler.
Yeah. Okay, so it's one of them. Okay, so that's what we've got to expect.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So
that was my read from yesterday.
Yeah. So give us a little bit of your background.
My background is I used to grind in Newcastle while working full time.
Yep.
Ended up eventually getting out of that job and taking the plunge into live full-time poker.
Yep.
And loving it so far. So I've been playing full-time in Manchester since April. I actually quit my job, like my last day of work was on a Friday.
Okay.
And by the Saturday morning I had moved to Manchester, all my stuff in the car.
Wow. So are you
Alone.
renting a place with who?
I'm renting a place. It's a shared accommodation type thing. It's like a 5-bedroom house.
Yeah.
And pretty much...
With poker players?
No. With 9 to 5 professionals, which means I pretty much have the house to myself all the time when I'm away.
That's genius.
Yeah.
So during the day they're at
house
work.
to myself.
Yeah. During the day they're at work and
you
feel like you're getting the lot there, really. Yeah. So
Pretty good deal.
Hey Rockstars, the team in the booth, last commentator can rock. Wow. Strong words from Wacky Jackson. That's Jason. He's having a little...
Oh God, now I'm nervous. first attempt commentating and we're getting this.
Yeah. No pressure, Sam, no pressure. So once again, a really relatively tepid hand there. Not a lot of action pre-flop. But we've got Rock in the game in seat 3. He's probably high on life after winning the package. Getting himself the hat.
I'm raging, by the way.
I know, oh man, it's brutal. But you did win 700, right?
Yeah, and it's the most salty I've ever been about winning 700. I feel robbed.
Yeah.
Alright, what's happened here? We've had limps. Oh my god.
So Dimitri under the gun limping with the ace-queen suited. Connor limps the small blind with 7-3 off. And Antti is going to make it...
What's going on here?
This is the tightest guy in the short deck. Maybe he's...
What's happened
Maybe
here?
he's had a few too many of those drinks. I don't know what he was ordering, but it's obviously quite strong.
And then has Dimitri just called?
Yeah,
Surely the
Rock's
plan
in.
was to limp re-raise. What's happened here?
I don't really know what's going on. He's only sat on 500 and
all in.
He's got a fin from the big blind making it 9x. I mean,
all right, okay.
I couldn't wait to get it in personally. So,
oh baby, look at this flop.
Okay, so everyone's got a piece.
Everyone's all in.
Anti's got the. I mean, Rock's got 2 overcards and a nut gut shot with the backdoor spades. Anti's flopped himself some sort of equity with Queen 7 off somehow. Dimitri's just gonna pile, and Anti's not gonna be very happy.
Look at his face. He's like,
I'm just.
How much money am I gonna make this hand?
He's probably
He's just calling.
Yeah, he's probably scared of the. I don't know what he's scared of, but Rock's in as well. This is great action. Could be off suit 7 for Rock.
Oh, that's
No.
going to be a check around.
Yeah, this might kill it a little bit. The board pairing. Obviously not.
So what's anti represented if you bet again here? Not a great deal.
Just. I don't know. It's live poker, man. He could probably just bet an overpair on the flop and stack off on the turn,
yeah, I
couldn't
mean,
he?
How much has he got behind now?
He's got.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pot size
477.
bet. You can still shove here, actually.
Yeah. Do you think Dimitri folds with the player behind? Now
He's got less than pot, so he needs to win 1 in 3 times. He's going to make the flush 1 in 4.
He's just piled it in.
Has he? He has. Ooh,
Wow.
wow. What do you do as Dimitri now? I would have just not got myself in this situation
No.
and shoved the flop. To be
Exactly
honest.
right, because the problem is you're going to get callers behind as well.
Look at his percentage. He's actually 78% to win, and he's probably expecting to be behind.
Yeah. He's probably thinking that he's talked himself into thinking that he's up against it.
If
and
he folds now, this is a disaster. To be honest.
yeah, it's an absolute. Well, it's an anti-punt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it should have been in, and
It
now
should have
it's
been
not, and now it's just
And now he's
curtains.
Now he's got himself in this horrible spot where he actually somehow has the best hand and the nut draw.
Yeah.
And he's gonna
But
fold.
he's going to convince himself otherwise,
Yeah.
isn't he? I mean,
Just get in on the flop.
the issue is, the issue is in this spot is that, Anti's continuing range on this board.
it's overpairs.
It should be over
No.
overpairs, and there's a lot of like worse Jack 10 suiteds and 10-9 of hearts and stuff like that in there. And
Rock now gonna find
the
the
rock,
call?
the rocks. He's not here to fold. That's for sure. He's won a lot in the last stream, and he's probably just thinking, well, I've got 2 overs and a
I'm just
gut shot.
gonna find the 7. So
Yeah,
it's fine.
Rock, look, fishing for a bit of live information here. This is the last one.
And it's
for
gone,
today,
and
yeah.
somehow the
Is he
Queen
called?
7 takes it
Oh
down.
wow! Shows
And
it
he
as
shows
well.
it. Go on,
Wham, bam! Go on, the lad.
Anti, who played like 3 hands in the short,
Literally played 3 hands in the
just
short
gone wild
deck.
and somehow won.
Yeah, I mean, he must have been absolutely smashing it at the bar the last 20 minutes. I don't know what's happened there.
I can't imagine any situation where he hasn't just been drinking constantly.
Yeah,
since the last
and the thing
stream.
is, because he's finished, you never really know with those
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
because they're
Straight
just
vodka, probably.
yeah, exactly. They're just absolute
Dimitri's steaming, by the way.
absolute lunatics. And it's the 6 on the river, so Dimitri obviously gets the lot. And yeah, mate, this
Steaming.
is why you shove the flop, because you might get worse hearts to bluff you off on the turn. There's just so many bad situations that can happen, and like if you get it in on the flop, what bad? Even if he's got a set somehow, like you're not even in bad shape.
It'll
so
do.
yeah, it'll do exactly.
It'll do.
And you
I
might,
have the flush draw.
yeah, and people might still stack off behind with worse than you. So like you never know. Crazy. It's a new ante. I like it a lot, says Jason. Yeah, we like the new ante as well. And to be
Second
fair,
stream anti is the one.
yeah, I mean, some people like to wait a little bit to make themselves feel a bit more comfortable under the bright lights,
Oh, we have
obviously.
aces.
And aces for Romeo here. It's nice to see an iron shirt out there for once. But what is this? Is this some sort of like slight fade, like light blue fade, or I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, it fades to the white. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's interesting.
Spicy.
Yeah,
What's happened here then? Romeo's got to a flop 61%.
yeah,
4 ways somehow.
yeah, and that's a bad start for
is
him.
he losing? No.
No, he
still
slightly
winning.
improves his equity, although Antonio's got top pair, top kicker with a backdoor flush draw, and it's checked to him in the cutoff. I don't mind Romeo's check here. Be interesting to see what his plan is. Is he checking this board to check raise? It's
I'm not sure. How
no,
check goes. I think it's
not
a check
this
call.
deep, not this deep.
Yeah, I think it's a check call on this one.
If he was up against maybe a 500
Yeah.
stack, he could.
I like this. I like
Yeah.
this.
I think this is nice. Certainly want to be protecting that check call range.
Ace on the turn.
Yeah. Ace on the
One
turn
time.
with the one outer just
For
yeah.
stacks.
Yeah. Ooh,
That's
it's a
going to kill it, I
queen.
think. That's going to kill action, I think.
Yeah, we've
I can't see Antonio.
Antonio's looks like
Okay.
he's betting for protection, maybe going quite small. What's that?
Strange.
Looks like about third pot? No, half pot? Ooh, 70 is a very large sizing here with the ace 10. You know, your opponent can certainly have some queen x check calls in there, you know. He could have some queen jack maybe that he decides to check call. He could be playing his entire range as a check call on this board. I mean, what do you think? People tend to sort of
I mean, I don't think there's much that's check calling the flop that's check folding this turn.
No,
is what I would
exactly
say.
right. He's not just going to be check calling with ace king high or whatever on the flop.
No.
And you know, with ace 10, you don't really need any protection from that either. So
now, if you have aces, do you lead here?
I
would consider it.
Would you?
Yeah, because a lot of things that we beat are going to check back now.
Yeah, that's true. But it brings a 4 straight in there, and you know.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I didn't see that.
Antonio could potentially have been sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of like 7-9.
Yeah,
10-9,
9-8, 10-8,
8-9.
which is making 10-9, which is making like sort of some weird bet on the turn.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not really too sure with Antonio's line on the
I
turn.
think Romeo played that well, actually.
Second stream ante hashtag. Yeah, get that one trending, guys.
Imagine he just goes viral for going bonkers on the second stream.
Piling it in with the Queen
The
7.
Queen 7
I
off.
think we've got the hand of the day there already because it was just an absolute shit show, really,
What's
wasn't
happened there?
it? Yeah. Maybe he's misread his hand. Who knows? Probably isn't.
Probably thought you had queens.
Yeah, probably thought you had queens. Just looked at one.
Just looked
and
at the
thought,
queen
I'm just
twice.
gonna run it. Yeah. Oh, I've got Queen of Hearts and Queen of Hearts. Okay, nice. So even if I lose the hand, I got the free roll because I can just show 2 Queen of Hearts and it's.
Bad beat story. Haven't done that before.
Really?
Lost piles thinking I had aces.
Really?
Looked at the same ace twice.
Oh wow.
Had ace 7 off.
That's ridiculous.
Professional.
Oh man, had a frozen screen. Thought the break was a long time. Sorry to hear that, carpet catcher. So Connor opening it up in the cutoff to the full 4x. Potentially targeting that under the gun limp from Rock, looking to play a pot in position. Certainly not a player that likes to back down is Connor. And Rock with king high, no backdoor. Well, he's got backdoor straight and backdoor gut shot, sorry, but chops the Sunday million. Wow.
Connor takes this one down. Information on Connor. Connor, 24, punter. Favourite hand, 4-6 suited. Best achievement in poker, not going bust with a set. What's the meaning of life? Wing it from Connor.
Yep.
Like that.
I know Connor very well, and that definitely story checks out on that one.
Story checks out. Okay, my favourite best achievement in poker on these information sheets is from Romeo.
Okay.
Joined a tournament in Las Vegas. Wanted to win.
Yeah.
Gave it the big one.
Yeah.
Out in the first hand.
Wow. What tournament was that?
Doesn't say,
Jesus.
but impressive.
There's a lot of antes on Hendon Mob. I'm trying to find Ante H.
Ante H.
Can't find him. Maybe it's not his real surname. He's
To
keeping.
be fair, I'm on Hendon Mob as Samuel, so
Oh yes.
it's a lawless land.
I saw that on your vlog actually. I watched
I
that.
was steaming
watched
about that
the
one.
other day. Yeah. And you bubbled it as well, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
We
Not
managed
bitter
to find
about
the
it.
stone bubble of 380 players.
Ah, yeah.
Aye,
Do you get a? Do they give anything for the stone bubble or not?
No, they give bragging rights, I guess.
Wow.
So the only consolation
Yeah.
is that I'd somehow managed to free roll the tournament
Yeah.
by the vlog paying itself forward, and the
Yeah.
Grosvenor had put me into the tournament for free
What,
on the
because-
condition that I would make a vlog about it.
All right. Okay.
So that was nice. At least
For
I
a
didn't lose.
$5.50?
For a $5.60.
That's a decent
yeah.
hourly. That for the.
It is.
Yeah.
So for the
vlog.
amount of hours I put into editing and stuff so far,
Yeah.
I'm basically just recording what I'm doing anyway. Already, I mean,
How did you?
printing
How did you
easy
get
for being
that
in
deal?
free. So I woke up one
approached them?
morning.
Yeah.
No, they approached me.
Wow.
One of my somehow one of my 140 subscribers at the time happened to be the manager of Grosvenor.
Oh wow.
And,
Yeah.
So he just shot me a message.
Was
and
it
said-
Alex?
No, so he was. I think he's like. He organises the GUKPT, well, like all of the sort of live tournament things. He's called Kit. Do you know Kit?
Oh yeah.
So he shot me a message and just said, basically, I've been watching your vlogs. I like it. It's marketable.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'd like to put you in our GUKPT if you fancy playing a tournament.
Is there any kind of scope to get a full sort of longer term deal with Grosvenor? Or?
It was discussed that obviously if the deal feels mutually beneficial, that, we can look to do it again in future. Yeah. And from the first video that I've put out, it's on my channel now. Yeah. He said he likes what I put out. It's a bit long, so he's gonna sort of edit like a highlight reel. Okay. For their channels, it's gonna be going out this week. Okay. It's gonna be on their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah. For Grosvenor Poker.
Yes, Grosvenor Poker, and they're gonna put links to my channel. So I'm gonna get. Obviously, from my side of the deal, I get a free roll into a tournament and then
some
a
good
lot
exposure
of
as well. Yeah, exactly.
They have like 20, 30k followers.
Wow. Okay.
Which is going to boost my 200 followers quite a lot, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's going to kind of all explode at once next week, probably.
Hopefully that goes well for you, mate. Yeah. Okay, so Rock in there 3-betting with Queen 7 suited and Antonio snap folding the King Queen suited behind.
Pretty Rock behaviour.
Yep. And Romeo's going to come along.
Off of a 280 stack, by the way.
Yeah. Just absolutely no fucks given, guys.
Literally. Oh, wow.
So
wow. And presumably,
maybe
the Rock is going to bet
the,
this flop.
Are they playing the Queen 7 game or so? What's going on here?
That's a very good shout. Imagine if we just picked a hand.
Like the complete computer hand and, Rock.
Jesus Christ.
It's going to get flat called here.
How has Romeo called this and just spanked trips, by the way?
No,
he runs like me.
Absolutely outrageous. Yeah, you do run unreal.
I've never seen anyone better.
So you're playing 2-3-5 cash games for a living, or?
That's what I'm doing at the moment. Manchester's great.
Yeah, how big are the games?
So it's 1-1, but it plays like 2-5.
Okay, super deep.
So it's 200 buy-in at the start of the night, and it's match bigger stack anytime. So I just don't show up until, so the game start at like 5-6, I don't show up until 10, 11, and by that point everyone's in for 1,000. So I just sit and match biggest and then play from there, and it plays huge, like the open's just like 20.
Wow, okay. So, what's the rate? 5%?
Yeah, 5% capped at 5.
That's unbelievable.
So when you're opening to 20, that's mad.
So, and then just hitting the cap every hand.
And we play 2-5 twice a week. Same rake. Capped at 5.
What?
It must be like the cheapest rake deal in Europe, pretty much.
What? Yeah, 2-5 capped at 5 is
mad,
outrageous.
Right?
One
and
big
games,
blind.
And the games are pretty decent as well. Like it's not not like a reggy bad 2-5 a lot of the time. Sometimes it is, to be fair. Yeah. And the regs are all right, but you definitely get some spots in the game that's very, very good. Yeah. And this is why I've ended up. So as soon as I decided I was going to make the plunge, just leave the job, go play full time. Yeah. I was like, I have to move to Manchester. Yeah. Is that the best spot in the UK, you reckon, for the action? Or? I think for like expected hourly versus living expenses. London is slightly better, I would say, but the living expense difference is more. It's outrageous. It's more than like the game difference.
Manchester's sort of an up and coming city, really, isn't it?
Manchester's just northern London. And it's
smaller, get around cheaper.
It's convenient. I can drive. I drive everywhere, and if I went to London, I'd have to sell my car and get trains. And I don't know what I was doing. It's expensive.
Cost of
Manchester, I literally out. So I'm living right next to Old Trafford. Yeah. I just drive. It's like 2 miles. I'm there.
Perfect.
Really convenient. Friendly atmosphere. It's still like a northern city. Everyone's chatty at the games and stuff. I love it.
Where are you from originally?
So I'm originally from Middlesbrough, which is
because I wondered.
A terrible place.
I thought you had. I thought you were going to say Newcastle.
I lived in Newcastle for 5 years. Yeah. I moved. I got away from Middlesbrough as soon as possible when I was like.
What's wrong with Middlesbrough?
There's just no jobs. There's no work. It's kind of a declining city.
Yeah.
If it's even a city, it might be a town.
What, a lot of people on benefits and stuff. Or what?
And it used to be like a steel industry town. Yeah. And it shut down. Yeah. So there's it took a massive hit from that. The economy's just not great in the area, and if you want to make a decent living, you can't live there pretty much. Okay. Unless you're sort of one of the lucky ones that's ended up somehow a CEO of one of the 3 companies there. Yeah. You've got to move away pretty much. So why is 7-2? I guess we're playing the 7-2 off game.
Yeah, which makes Anti's decision a little bit easier because Jax does become a clear 4-bet when the 7-2 game's in play.
And he hasn't.
And he hasn't. Yeah.
Anti, we went wild with
No, he has. There he is. It's the 100 chip, the green.
Okay.
Seat 2, Roman question mark. Okay, so we're going to have a Hey, Dark Angel, Donna, how are you doing? We're going to have an interview in 12 minutes for you guys, but let's just see what happens here as Antonio looks to...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, what?
Okay. Anti's not folding after the Queen 7, and Antonio's piled it in because of the 7-2 game as well, makes it a lot more easy. Ay. So 1 for Antonio by the looks of things.
Are we running it twice?
I don't know.
Yep. Looks like.
Okay, yeah.
I think he just asked if he won that one.
Yeah.
Yes, you won that one.
Yes, you won. What? What do you think he's got? Jack 10. Jesus.
Yes, you won that one.
Yes, right. And 1 for the good guys.
I flip.
Ante gets it back.
I like this stream, Ante.
Yeah.
I want Ante to clean up this
come
game.
out of his shell a bit now.
I want him to absolutely
it's nice
clean the game up. Chip count doesn't change too much.
Nope.
Antonio down 100.
Yeah.
Insignificant.
Romeo, I think, is up.
Any big movers yet?
No. Ante, because he won the first party. I think he was in for 500.
James is in the game.
Here we go. Jamie.
Yes, this will shake things up.
In for 2K in seat 5. The big lad. Vitor, who I've been playing with quite a lot. Portuguese fella. He's in the game for 500. Well, he plays every game, but he's predominantly a Hold'em player from what I can ascertain from him. And Jamie's here to play, isn't he?
Yeah.
Seems to do quite well.
Big fan of Jamie.
Yeah, me too. Seems to do quite well for himself. Outside of poker, inside of poker. Private game player from East Anglia, I believe.
Which is doing it right, by the way.
Which is doing it right. It's all about game selection, guys. I mean, it's all well and good trying to be the best player in the world, and fair play to you if that's your goal. But the reality is, for most people, that it's just not going to happen. So, if you really want to make money in the game, or you want to have the prestige of being, in inverted commas, an incredible player, I'd take the money every time, personally. But
100% I agree.
Yeah. And it's something that you've got to come to terms with, I think, early in your career. Am I going to dedicate 2 years of studying PO Solver and sitting in a basement and not earning anything, or is it going to be a different process?
I'm certainly not. And I think this has already had a factor on how my career's gone with poker.
Yeah.
Is that I'm not playing online because it's just worse.
Yeah. It's
There's more money live. If you want to make money, you play live.
Much softer. Do you play on Sky Poker at all?
I don't, but I have friends who do.
Who's that?
So I have one of them who's actually a bit of a legend on Sky Poker.
Who's that?
Hamza162. You know who that is?
You know Hamza?
Yeah, you know who that is?
I've played that guy loads of times.
Right, so he's like one of my close mates from Newcastle.
He's improved quite a lot recently, but he was
doing well now.
He was awful. Honestly, one of the biggest whales on the site a year ago.
You'll love to hear it.
You'll
be getting that clip sent to him.
I played short stack cash spin-ups. For a living, for about a living a year ago, and I started thinking, this Hamza guy he just keeps coming here from 50 NL and just giving people stacks, or trying to. And he had no concept of position. He did. He'd just flat any hand from the button and just try and move you off of it post flop.
Yeah, he does love that.
Yeah.
So I have a phrase I like to use called banana player.
Yeah, he is a bit of a banana player. Yeah, but I mean he's improved a lot, right?
So he's a winning player.
He's a winning player now. Yeah.
He's crushing live.
Yeah.
He plays full time now.
He plays full time. Yeah. Interesting, because last time I spoke to him in the Sky chat, and we always had a bit of a back and forth in there. Mm-hmm. Some of it heated, some of it friendly. He said that he was working as an estate agent, is that right? He
was,
Yeah, but he was playing a lot of poker still.
He worked for Santander as well.
Yeah.
So he was working full time.
Yeah.
But poker was always like part of his plans, and he's improved in how that he's playing full time. So.
Okay. Where does he play?
He plays in Aspers in Newcastle mostly.
Okay. But that's a dead game, isn't it? Or
super dead. However, so things on that climate have changed recently.
Yeah.
So Aspers kind of dominated the Newcastle market. It was like right in the city centre, and there's 2 other casinos. There's a Grosvenor and a Genting.
Trips over trips here, by the way, guys.
Oh, hello. Yep. This story can wait.
Yeah. And it's gone check. Interesting. Dimitri going for the double check.
That is interesting.
Whether he thinks someone's got there with aces now or what. But Romeo does get a bet out of Romeo with the naked gutter.
That was the 5-3 the hand's paying here.
Connor having checked back the
And Connor just called. Surely Dimitri's going to raise now, right? Surely.
You'd hope so.
No.
This is the most passive trips versus trips
What
hand
has happened
I've
here?
ever seen.
How is this pot?
Punish them with the 4,
€120.
guys. Punish them with the 4.
Oh, and... Well, this is going to go check around now, surely.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Oh, please. Please. Big bet from Connor. Overbet Connor.
Romeo can't really represent much on the king.
Pile it in there, Connor. 300.
Bets 105. About 80% pot.
Dimitri, surely all in. Surely all in. You have like the best jack as well.
Yeah, the best jack, blocking queen 10.
Yeah, like we're all in. We're all in, Dimitri. No, Dimitri, we're all in.
He also blocks queen 10 of. Oh no, clubs.
Dimitri, we can have bluffs. We can be all in. Alright.
Wow, and Connor's just like, what the hell have I just
How
seen
have
there?
I not been raised?
He's checked the flop, checked the turn. I think I've got the absolute lot on the river. I've been called. I'm very happy to
Connor's steaming.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, whatever, mate. Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
So Hamza's a good mate of you. Who else do you know on Sky?
Lee Dillon, who I'm not sure what his name on Sky is actually. It's something similar. I remember we had like a heads-up battle one time. Yeah. Because me and 3 friends from Newcastle, I think we put 50 quid in each, and we had like a heads-up round robin.
Right.
So we played like 2 semi-finals and then a final.
Yep.
The winner got the 200 quid, and the loser had to wear a banana suit to the casino for the rest of the week.
Okay.
And it still hasn't been finished actually. Me and Lee are in the final of the losers.
Oh wow.
And he is 5-1 up out of first to 6. So I'm probably going to be wearing a banana suit at some point.
So you're sort of postponing those heads-up matches with him.
Yeah, it's going to
not returning the phone calls or.
No, he's actually the one putting it off. Weirdly,
he's putting.
He's got nothing to lose.
Wow.
But,
he's on the
I think he's been
free
busy.
roll.
He's been busy. He's all of his online play at the moment is dedicated to U-Poker.
What's that?
U-Poker. It's one of these ones where it's like a Chinese-ran online site.
Oh, it's like an app game.
Yeah, kind of like the PPP poker.
Sure.
Probably Pokio is the similar thing. Where
soft games, recreational players.
Games are running clubs. You send someone money and they put you chips on. That kind of situation.
What's going on here? Rock's just piled it in for
no
250 with pocket 2s.
Well, they never lose. So.
Yeah, 50 bigs. Why not?
So
shows it as well.
It's a free roll because they never lose, and you have full victory. So.
There you go.
That's why he's done that.
Genius in action here, guys. Romeo, the biggest winner on the table by the looks of things. I think he was in for 1,000.
Well played, Romeo. Obviously, Anti's going to end up being the biggest winner.
I think so. I think that we're all back behind our man Anti here, aren't we?
His hat's turned to the backwards.
Yeah, that means that it's business mode, isn't it?
Shit just got real.
Yeah, exactly. I did that actually. I declined a deal in a live tournament, and I was like, turned my hat around. I was like, pulled my sleeves up, and I was like, I'm ready to play.
Guess what?
Busted out next hand.
Well played.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, karma.
Yeah. It was a 5-card tournament, and the guy got so excited about the fact that he hadn't taken the deal because he was offered like a decent amount of money for the situation he was in, and he was just like, he just like blind potted it. I'd pick up an awesome hand like double suited ace king, sorry. I repot. He still doesn't look at his hand and shoves all in, and I flop a set with the royal flush draw, and he backdoors a wheel somehow. It was just the worst beat I think I've ever taken.
Pretty poor.
Yep, so Anti in there with the ace queen. Looks like Vitor has popped it up to the full 4x on the 10 straddle, unless it's an 8x, I'm not too sure. And it's a great flop for Vitor.
Yeah, this is not going to go further than the flop, I don't think.
No. I mean, his hand is so strong and requires next to no protection. He can maybe work some checks in here with the backdoor flush draw as well.
Probably not.
But 50 to go. And Anti's not folded yet, so...
I mean, he could float here, definitely.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. Oh, he's going to raise.
It's just... What is he just going to do?
He's
just click it?
He's going to click it back. That's not the best.
No, that's not really the play.
Anti, what's happened?
And Vitor won't be folding here. It's just a case of, does he want to call now?
I don't like an all-in, by the way.
I don't like an all-in either. There's no obvious draw on the flop.
Literally just call. Just call. Only, ever. And then just check and let him do his nothing.
And he doesn't block any of the 2 ace-4 suiteds either, which would be
nice, well played, Vitor.
Yeah, nicely done, Vitor. Let's see if he can pick up like a jack or a 10 or something, which might induce...
On such a dry flop, do you think there's a chance that Ante raises with like King Queen or King Jack or something?
Possibly, yeah.
So for that reason especially...
Yeah. What in all...
Oh! Oh my god, what has happened?
What on earth is this?
How has this occurred?
So there's a 1 SPR, the turn's gone check.
Oh my god, he's going to get it all as well.
Oh my
god, no!
Vitor's going to check.
Vitor, what's happened?
What is going on?
Ante!
Wow, Vitor has been running really bad recently.
Oh no!
Actually, I say that he won a 1.4k pot against me where it was 7-6-6 flop.
He's just definitely check calling. Oh,
yeah, he's check calling. This guy. He's an absolute lunatic, is Ante.
He's gone off his brain.
He must have seen the Queen 7 on the stream and literally run down here. Yeah.
About 20 minutes. Oh, he's not
bet all in.
Oh my god, Ante, no! How is he not?
And
gone all in?
3, 2, 1.
Rage.
This is. Oh, he's not.
He's not. Wait, hang on. Just give it a second.
Surely he
takes
shows.
10 seconds to blow.
Surely oh no, he's just gonna muck it and just be like, look,
wow,
nice hand,
what
bro.
a gentleman.
Yeah.
What
He's done well there to bite his tongue. Maybe it's
wait.
No.
Nice river.
Yeah, very
Nice
nicely
catch,
played.
mate.
Yeah. Didn't get the full stack though, did you? Yeah,
He didn't, and somehow he didn't.
Somehow Vita's
How
been
are we not
handed
all in
alive.
there, by the way?
I've got no idea. Yeah.
How has he saved himself 145
Yeah.
euros?
If you are going to raise the
the
flop
all-in's a
and
snap
backdoor
call.
the absolute lot, you might as well go for the jugular. Yeah.
I'm putting my mortgage in. Guess what? I've somehow got ace queen.
That's unbelievable.
That was a fun hand.
That was a fun
I enjoyed that one.
Vitor getting the worst of it.
Ante, what a player.
But good to see Vitor brushing it off and straight back in the 10 straddle now playing 15 big blinds.
Well, he's going to spin, clearly.
Yeah, he's probably in for the
It's
spin,
in with
isn't he?
King 5 suited.
The silent tilt from Vitor, maybe.
Yeah, probably. I want to see.
Any action?
I want to see Vitor spin it up here.
Pile it in.
Just get it all in with the King 5, to be honest. What have we got? Here is a hand. There we go.
Dimitri calls, Rock calls,
limps.
Antonio, Jamie's in for the extra 5 with the 10-3 suited, you can't blame him. And Vitor with King 5 suited, is he just going to pile it in?
It's in, surely. Don't just raise and have some left, Vitor. Come on.
What's this?
Why are you counting it? Just put them in. There we go.
He's shoved it
It's in.
One bam, thank you, man.
Jamie
was kind of like, that expression was like, I knew I was going to get.
Well, that was going to happen.
Yeah, I knew I was going to get. And what about Dimitri, our man?
Oh, he's caught.
He's quite tight though, isn't he? So I don't know.
But if we're limping ace jack, it's to call the all in with the short stack in the straddle, surely.
That should be the plan, but you never know with Dimitri.
This is a disaster if he folds.
You've literally just seen a guy get ironed out.
Yeah,
there we go.
He's on monkey tilt, mate.
Yeah.
Just get it in. There we go. Oh, he's reshoved. That's fine.
Yep, and forces the 2 stragglers in behind out of there. And, Vitor's got himself a decent chunk of percentage here. Chunk of equity here.
Go on, Jamie.
I was going to say, if Jamie fires this one in, that would just be completely out of
control. Send it in. 10-3's going to win.
He's not asking to go twice after he's piled it in, is he?
Surely not. It's a spin up, mate.
Ooh, 5 ball for the Vitor. Ah, poor old Vitor.
You got a big head. You got a big head. I do have a big head. I'll small medium. No. Bring me white wine, by the way. Huh? You bring me white wine. No. Do you send a volley this direction? I
get it. I win. By the 10. Ones. Pocket tens. Me fold 10.
Jack is better than 10.
Yeah, I know. No, if you fold, that's it.
If I
fold.
I cannot fold.
I feel intimidated now. I thought that was
Maybe
me.
he should be on the country.
Got to interview for you guys.
Game festival here in Bratislava. From the TV table, Texas No Limit 2-5. I got Roman with me.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
All right. But you go under your nickname.
Yeah, Romeo.
How, why? Why Romeo? Are you
because
a romantic guy or what's up?
Maybe you have to ask my wife, but normally it's my poker nickname
online?
Online also.
Okay.
So I use it when it's good to have it,
Of course,
rather than my name.
Why you have a nice name. Roman is nice, but Romeo sounds more romantic and more distinguished. I get it. So is this the first stop you do at the Cash Game Festival?
No,
have you been to other stops?
I was once in London 2 years ago.
Okay.
But Bratislava is much more closer from Czech Republic, and I'm from Brno, so here is my second time.
And how do you find the action? Do you think it's good? Good action?
It's my first day here, but I know
historically,
anytime I go here, the action is really good.
Yeah.
Many tables you can choose from, many blinds levels, and the TV table is on the top.
Of
good
course.
to
You're
play
right.
for a few time.
You're right. And also you jumped into the 2-5 directly. Is that your level, the blind levels you usually play? Or?
Yeah, I play 2-5, 5-10, or no problem.
Texas no limit.
Yes, more.
No Omaha?
Omaha only when it's really want to have a good time and have a fun. But mostly I like Hold'em.
All right. How are you doing at the table?
Fine.
You got some pretty good players there, actually.
I have only winning cards, so I don't need to bluff.
Yeah, okay.
So it's always good to win
Of course.
when you are better. But sometimes.
But do they know that you're better? That you have a better hand? The other players?
Once I show one card, but it was one time it was showdown with aces, so they knew. One time it was non-showdown, but I think they will see soon.
So you're playing tight but aggressive, or?
I try to.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go back to the table.
And we're back in the action. George has just gone for a toilet break. He's just getting back. What hands have we got here?
Here we go.
We're back. Oh, card accidentally shown there by the rock.
Oh god. What's that? The six
spades?
Or was it a club?
May have been.
It's tough to tell.
Dimitri has limped with the queen jack off.
He's
to
an
limp.
interesting player because I saw him on a 5-card stream in Bulgaria, which is how he won this package to get here.
Oh, really?
And he was running the show. So I don't know whether
being aggressive and stuff.
just playing really well, just putting people in spots, and
That's,
you know,
that's a weird one.
he was running pretty well as well, but you know, he made a few outlandish bluffs that worked, and there were good spots versus the player and the dynamic of the game and so forth and so forth. But you know, this is the shadow of his former self. Maybe he's done it in. Maybe he's done it in, and
maybe he's like using too much of his role to play this game now, and he's wound his neck
possibly.
in.
Yeah, it was a 2-2, and he ran good from the start, and you know, spun up I think 200 into over 2K in that game.
He's kind of accidentally spanked this flop, by the way.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Look at that. So obviously the open-ender to the nuts on both sides. Going to be pretty happy with the start. Continuing to play the
check.
Passive.
I would be thinking of maybe overbetting this flop.
This has got to be one of our best candidates. For a flop bluff, right?
Yeah.
We can have
nines and
we
tens.
can have
if
all
we're
the
limping
ace
that
nines
stuff.
and ace 10 suited as well. You can have ace 10 off even if he's limp calling this kind of stuff. Connor playing the check on the flop. I mean, he's got to go for some value now on the turn.
I again like a raise now, I think.
Yeah. And just meekly folds.
Hey. Already then.
I'm not sure what's going on here, guys.
What's happening there then?
You can't get me off of the bloody open-ender, that's for sure.
Again, the mortgage is in.
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing for stacks against
My car
Connor.
keys are in the middle.
If only I had a car. Then yeah, it would be going in.
We've got Rock and Vitor playing off of 50 big blind stack.
Yeah, I think Rock is a smart guy, and he doesn't want to put too much on the table against a load of strong players.
Like reggae players, yeah.
Yeah. You've got Seat 2 is a good player. Jamie's a good player. Vitor's a decent player. Connor knows what he's doing, of course. He plays live cash a lot.
Connor 24 punter.
Yeah, he's very experienced, deep stack cash game player.
Yeah.
And, you know, doesn't even really enjoy tournaments all that much. Just loves playing deep, loves putting people in spots. And
got to agree with him there, to be fair.
yeah, well exactly. It's a lot more profitable. It's insane how much my Owly has gone up from, thank you very much, yeah, from playing Deep Stack Cash as opposed to tournaments?
On the peanuts.
On the peanut grind, on the cashews, yep. getting the protein in, boys. And girl, Donna.
The one girl watching. Oh, my girlfriend might be hopping in the stream, so
really?
we might have to.
Ooh, girlfriend. Ooh, what's it like? Speaking to girls as a poker player, I wouldn't know. Was this the girlfriend that you had before you got into poker?
No, she. We met at a really convenient time, actually.
All right.
Just before Ripple this year, when I was thinking about quitting my job and going full time, we met, and she was children's nurse.
Okay.
Thinking about quitting for the NHS and going into private contracting nursing.
Okay.
So we
where the money is.
Yeah. So we made a pact.
Yeah.
And we both binned it off.
Yep.
And it's gone very well for us both so far.
Both took the aggressive route, chasing the money in line. Yeah, I like that.
And it's gone very. What the hell's happened here?
It's a defend to the 3.5x with 5-3 off.
Yeah. Okay.
Standard stuff so far. Flop's the best hand, of course.
Of course, he's winning.
Going to check jam for value versus Vitor.
Yeah.
This is one of those spots where, yes, you do have 59% equity, but are you really going to be able to realise that? I guess you can. Oh.
And okay.
On a board where there's just a million standard C-bet bluffs.
Yep.
We fold. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, I like I like the peel even less pre if we're not gonna call when we hit a pair.
Yeah, exactly. So
you had 2 pair and 3.
Maybe you just
three
felt
of a kind.
Felt a bit sorry for Vitor. Maybe Vitor told everyone he had ace king in that hand and just wanted to chuck back 25.
I'd try and give him some money back.
Yeah.
Some rake back from that. James's arms are bigger than my future, by the way.
He's a big lad, isn't he?
He's a big bloke. Do you reckon anyone's noticed that these hats say "Make Poker Great Again" rather than "Make America Great Again"? And I think they're all just Trump racists.
That's the problem, isn't it? From afar, it can look like you're some sort of Trumpian or whatever they call. What are the Trump fans called? Have they got a name?
Trumpets.
Trumpets.
I mean, probably not, but I've just invented that and I like it.
Yeah. Let's call them trumpets.
Yeah.
So Antonio is not. It's not a 3-bet. I don't think it's a raise.
A straddle.
It's a 4.5x on the 10 straddle. I think.
In that case, I don't like it. I prefer it more as a 3-bet.
Yeah,
it's nice to have random banana bluff 3-bets. I think.
Yeah, rather than just wide opens.
Yep. Definitely.
And Rock's just going to pile it in with the King 5 suited because why not?
He obviously knows he's dominating.
He must have had the live read. Yeah.
He knows he's dominating the 5-7, obviously.
And Dimitri,
Antonio's going to call. Oh, okay. Dimitri is not going to call.
No, Dimitri, I'm surprised
how
he's
was he
even
called in the small blind with Jack 9 off?
I've got no idea.
Okay.
Must have, again, had the live read.
He is actually somehow 45%.
Yeah.
Cool.
If he knew that.
Rifle it in, Dimitri.
I'm sure
you're getting the price.
This would be the dust of all dust.
I could have been playing the stream. Yeah. I was like, it looks like a bad lineup. I'm not going to play that.
Yeah, and here we are.
And here we are looking at this.
Yeah. The non-snap call pre-flop, and then the extension of the pre-flop mistake with not really letting him have an easy time of sweating it.
Yeah.
And Rock, picking up €100 for free there. King 5 suited.
Nice spot.
Why not?
Okay guys, here we go. We're going to do the tombola now.
I can call you.
10 seconds.
I can call your service.
We're going to have one happy winner and 285 sorry losers.
Servis poprosím, TV.
So you having a winning trip so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to brag, but I'm up €52.
52, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Where did
Double
you,
digits, mate.
Where did you do it in?
Pretty much everywhere. No, yeah, I'm up from Hold'em. I'm up from. Actually, I'm not. I'm clearly not up from Hold'em.
No, you can't be.
Because I'm up from short deck, and I've only played short deck and Hold'em. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I guess I'm not.
So down like 800 on Hold'em.
Well played, me.
But you were playing quite big games, right?
Yeah.
Big 2-5s as well.
Yeah.
Like this one is.
It's basically. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, tonight and tomorrow night are going to be the best nights to play, so
yeah,
I'm sure you'll be able to get some hours in there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did doing a lot of equity yesterday playing Steam, and I think I did off like $1,000 at 1-3, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a big hit for your role, or?
It's not nothing.
Yeah. Of course it's not. The grand don't come for free, as the streets say.
Yeah.
However, it can be done away quite easily.
It can.
But it's tough to.
No, to be fair, it was a standard spot. Not a standard spot, but I didn't believe.
Let's hear it.
So, you're gonna be like, what a whale.
Yeah.
But so I had ace-6 in the small blind. It was a limp pot. Like 3 people had limped. I limped as well. Ace high flop, ace 5-4, 2 diamonds.
Yeah.
I lead out. Everyone folds. One guy raises. I call.
Yeah.
Turn like a 2, offsuit 2. He bets again, I call. He bets like 3/4 pot, I think. I call.
Yeah.
And then the river is like a 10 offsuit as well.
Yeah.
And he shoves, and I think he's only got 5s and 4s for value here.
Yeah.
He's got lots of flush draws.
Yeah.
I call it off. He had less than pot as well, and he had 5s.
You have 5s, okay.
It can happen.
Yeah, it's such a thin value range when that happens as well.
That was the problem. But I was like, I don't think he's bluffing very much, but also there's literally 2 value hands.
Yeah. and you've got one of the best
combos
aces to call with because there might be
like a 6-7.
There might be some weird scenario where he does have the 6-7, so.
But yeah, not the best. Pretty steaming with myself afterwards. I went and ranted to Joel about it. And he was like, you're a whale.
Where did he V-pip his hand from? Early position?
No, it was like cut off.
He just limped?
Yeah. So I thought there was more random diamonds than 5s.
The only problem with someone that's got a propensity to open limp is that, in my experience, they're likely to be under bluffing post flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly. In hindsight, sober me agrees.
Yeah.
Drunk me was like, fuck this guy, I call.
You can only have 5s and okay.
Oh, he does though. He only has those.
It's only 5s and 4s, but 100% of the time. Yeah, exactly. Which makes it difficult for a thinking player because
because we're like,
you're like, well, in this spot, I would just have all of these hands, and you're like, well, he can have this, he can have that.
It turns out he probably would just flat with like Jack 10 of diamonds, the perfect bluff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The rest of the players here in the losers lounge.
He would probably just call flop, call turn, and then check fold river.
What do you think about Jamie's check here once the flops check round? Seems like a decent card to lead.
It does. I would like a lead here, definitely. But yeah, I guess you can think, I mean...
Is this hand strong enough to check call, though, on the turn?
No. I much prefer a lead or a check raise.
Check raise, exactly.
Yeah.
You can still have all of the hands that your opponent can't have, like 6-4 suited, Queen 4 suited,
and
Queen 6.
Right? If he makes the straight, we can just pile in like 2x spot.
Exactly. And make it
check
really...
raise there, the river's a king, the guy can have kings.
Yeah, exactly. Make it really polarizing sizing on the river.
Yeah.
But maybe electing just to check call.
And the problem with check calling as well is he was out of position, right? So
he was out of position.
So on the river we have to check even when we make it.
Yeah, and I think
he might just check behind with like ace queen.
When it's so deep stack as well. Yes, it is scary to check call, check raise someone out of position who has a lot of chips behind. But think how strong it looks to them.
Yeah.
You know.
It looks like you got 9s or something.
Exactly. It looks like you're going to have all of the. You can have all of the 2 pairs on that board. You can have turned a lot of decent hands. You know, your range is relatively uncapped on a board like that, whereas your opponent is only going to have a couple of sets and a couple of strong Queen X type hands. So
yeah, definitely. I think check raise is my favourite actually. Better than lead.
Better than lead, yeah.
Because you want to be representing like the 9s and like the sets basically.
Yeah.
Whereas
and you block some continues as well. You know, like you can fold out hands that have you in bad shape.
How have we gone 5 ways here?
It's gone a raise from Connor and everyone's called.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why.
I'm going to leave the country booth and join this game.
Bora VH. Vanessa 1956. What does Bora mean? Any idea? Is that some sort of exclamation of like...
Like a vamos.
Yeah, like a vamos. Maybe a Scandinavian
Ole, ole.
vamos. Vamos, Bora! VH. So Dimitri once check 2 starts to lead out with the king 4.
Dimitri's confusing me so far.
Yeah,
George.
Dimitri's playing a bit tricky, a bit weird, isn't he?
Yeah, and
Shows it.
Shows it. Right.
And everyone's thinking, yeah, good for you, mate.
Congratulations. No one had a miss.
Yeah, exactly. I've still got some strong hands here, you know.
Yeah.
I can have. Keep doing that, bad boy.
Sick catch from James there. Highlight of the stream so
Did he just
far.
ping it, yeah?
I think someone just threw him a bag and he caught it. Absolutely gangster.
Yeah, definitely got a...
Sticks it in the satchel, back under the table.
Already got the absolute lot in the satchel anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, is this Harry? Maybe he's looking for some euros or something. So Dimitri with the jacks.
And he's limped.
Once again, mixing it up. Let's see if he goes for the back raise.
Oh, the Rock. The Rock has ace
Rock
king.
makes it 15.
15 small, George.
Way too small. What would you be going here, like 30 in this game?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe
even
more.
40.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no one's folding,
Especially if I
are
know Dimitri's like limping strong hands, I'm making like 40, 50.
they? Yeah.
And he's short stacked, right?
Just to
so
try
we can
and-
just like try and hit
get
an ace
him-
or a king and
yeah,
pile.
just try and get him to shoving ace queen against you or something,
Yeah.
rather than just always calling.
But he hasn't really done any aggressive actions yet.
Mm-hmm.
Surely he's not going to call. He's on.
There we go.
That's large.
Mm.
That is
It's
large.
a massive shove.
So the problem here is we only really get called by better and ace king, which is
Yeah.
a flip, and we win.
I don't know, man.
What,
Rock is pretty
25?
loose. Rock is pretty loose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you think it's okay?
Rock's the guy that 3-bet jam King 5 suited
That is
versus
true. That is true.
Antonio's 4.5.
Yeah, but is he calling all ins when he's putting 15 euros?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
I think this is the worst hand he calls with, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe ace queen, but it's still a flip.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
I don't
calls
like
ace
it.
queen suited, yeah.
If we're gonna limp, it's gonna be a limp 3-bet to like 80, 100, and then play. But then we're out of position. I just raise with jacks, man. There's no.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, we're somehow all in. We're probably gonna run it twice and shot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Which I'm
usually
salty
what
about. Do you know what?
happens.
I feel like running it twice should
think-
be banned on stream tables.
I think Rock is a one-time guy, though.
Oh, that might be good then. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
so
wait,
he
hang on.
needs
That's
a 10.
that's a gangster.
Oh, wow.
That'll
so
be quads.
Quadzillas for Dimitri.
That'll do it.
And
The
Rock's
Rock is angry.
Oh, he's saying I should have run it 3 times.
Yeah.
FFS.
That was non-standard, I would say.
Yeah, that's not fun, is it? It's not fun. You can feel Rock's pain.
Yeah.
And Dimitri rewarded with probably one of the worst ways to play his hand, but
Yeah.
who cares once you
Doesn't
make
matter when
quads?
you make quads.
Exactly, who cares? You're not
must
going to
have
go
had the
home
deck
and be like, oh, I'm really gutted. I won this €850 pot and I just misplayed my hand. No,
No.
you're not. You're going to be like,
Guess what? I had quads.
guess what,
I won
honey?
1,000. I
I
won a
got the
bag.
lot. Yeah. I'm a really good player.
Yeah, and Dimitri flies up to 200 big blinds to a playable stack.
Yep, certainly is. He's been sort of hovering around all over the place, but at least he's got a
Yep.
chance maybe at the trophy now.
Yeah.
Obviously with it
Oh,
being...
I forgot about this trophy for
Yeah,
the
well,
Hold'em, because I
the
was never
Hold'em.
in the ballpark.
Could you never get up? Were you never up on the Hold'em stream?
I was up, but like 100.
Yeah.
I was never.
That doesn't really
I was
count.
never in the ballpark
20
of winning.
big blinds.
Yeah, yeah.
Rock looks like he's absolutely gunning for it. Hang on a second, my mate's just taken my seat in the Sveten game.
What? Outrageous. George has left the commentary booth to go and punch his mate in the face, presumably. And I will be taking commentary over in the meantime. Ante will be opening the Jack 2 off under the gun, presumably. He hasn't. Shocking news.
Turns out my stack is still in play.
Yeah, and Nick's just taking it.
And Nick's playing to the left of me.
Ah, that's alright then.
Yeah.
So you've just locked up a seat for 2 hours on commentary?
Yeah.
Well played.
It's a great game. Franco's in it.
Oh, excellent.
It's Sveton. You ever played this ridiculous psycho game before?
Nope.
Well, sometimes we play Sveton and sometimes we play like Super DCs. It's triple board Omaha, it's high-low, it's 6-card, it's whatever you want. And yeah, we've played Stud, Super Stud, Raz, Badugi, name any game, we've played it. This is what I come to the Cash Game Festival for. These kind of
the random mix games.
The random mix games, because sometimes people just sit down and like, what are you playing? This looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we're playing this game and this game.
And we just sit and punt.
They're just like, I've got no idea how to play that game, but it sounds fun. Yeah.
That is the problem.
That's what we can offer. We can offer a lot of fun, and you know, as a professional player, that's part of my job, like we were talking about earlier.
You want to make it fun for the recreational players to do their absolute wagging in.
Exactly. And I could never be an Antonio, just sat there quietly, just...
Mate, me either. I'm glad we agree on this, because I wanted to rant about this on stream.
Yeah.
This is a point I wanted to make, that
it's really important, guys.
You can be a winning live player, and guess what? Drink, have fun, and still play well.
Yeah.
And you'll make more money doing that than...
Because you're going to get action.
1% VPIP and never bluffing.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're going to get action when you do that. Even though you're still playing a solid strategy, and I'm not advocating that people get absolutely wankered at the table, because that's never going to be good, right? There's always going to be a point of no return, isn't there? You know. Whereas if you're drinking slowly, but the important thing is that you are drinking.
Yeah. Just that you're there to have a good time.
Exactly, and you're loud, and you know you're having fun, and you're making jokes, and people are generally laughing back at you rather than with you, or sometimes at you, whatever. But that's part of the job, you know.
Yeah.
Who's folded King Jack pre-flop then? Oh no, Anti's not folded King Jack.
Obviously
Let's not.
This is stream 2 Anti we're talking about here.
this Anti's raising,
and it's full hold'em, which means there's no 5s and 6s, which means King Jack is the nuts.
And
he's just spanked a Jack on the flop.
There we go. And Romeo's got an overcard with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw.
Bets a quarter. Oh,
bets
third.
Quarter, gets raised to 50. And I like Anti's decision to attack this small sizing, because you're going to see a way too much of a merged range for that size.
I think it's not even. This is actually like a little thing I've noticed recently, that a lot of these online kids suggesting the like the 30% pot bet with range.
Yeah.
A lot of live people have taken that as, I can just bet 30% pot when I have nothing.
Yeah.
And when they have something,
they go bigger.
They don't.
Because, exactly, because they're exploitatively sizing up against people that they think will pay, but they think they can get away with the bluff cheaply.
So they'll bet 30% pot and be like, this is GTO.
And I've noticed a lot of people...
And you can just raise them and they'll fold.
Yeah, but I've noticed by doing the opposite kind of to that I do this sizing with a balanced range. People just start to blindly attack you for it.
Because you bet small.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, well, he's bet small. Let's make it 100 and see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
Happened to me earlier. Guys just raised me with like middle pair, no kicker.
Yeah, I did it with an absolute banana hand to someone earlier.
Yeah.
I had like literally no equity.
Yeah.
And I was like, guess what? You don't have anything.
Yeah. And did they?
No.
Exactly.
Guess what? I have this 3x raise in your face.
I've seen you do it to Joel actually on the TV table. Just pumped it in his eye with like 9-6 off or something on a paired board.
Fuck you, Joel.
Yeah, he bet like 25% pot, and you're just like, I'm not having it, mate.
Yeah, guess what?
You're out of position.
Raise.
Guess what? How'd you like 75 biscuits?
Yeah. I mean, there might have been some friend equity in there as well. Guess what? We're on stream. I'm going to bluff you.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is the general concept.
So what's Joel's deal then? Is he?
He's now playing full time.
Yeah.
He quit a decent job recently as well.
That doesn't surprise me. He's a smart kid.
He is a smart kid, and he is much better at bankroll management than me.
Yeah.
Because I love to pile.
Yeah, me too.
He's a good player, and he's doing it the sensible way, rather than the degenerate way, like me.
Well, yeah, I'm sitting in deep 2-5 games with a 10k roll and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely the same. And I'm like, well, guess what? I'm a winning player in here, so I can't lose 4 buy-ins.
Yeah, plus I'm young, and if I go bust, then it would be a learning curve.
I'll just go into modelling. It's fine.
Good luck with that. You got more chance than I have. That's for sure, pal.
Christ. This is why James's arms are bigger than my future.
He's been getting both.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy as well. We're playing some 6-card Omaha, and you know, wasn't running well. He was losing every pot he was playing pretty much, and
still being like a good presence at the table.
He must have just lost about 3k in the game, and you couldn't tell because he would always say, "Okay,
nice
what have you got? Oh, you've got the straight. That wins, man. Nice hand." You know, whereas some other people,
mate, massive respect for that. By the way.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And
you've got to hate people.
He'd still make a conversation with you as if nothing had happened. You know, it's just and he pulls out a bag from his little bag.
I really aim to do that myself and not be the type that.
Yeah.
You can I want you to be so if you just rocked up at this casino tonight and you came and talked to me, I'd want you to not have a clue if I was winning or losing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's an important part of the mental game that some people really struggle to get to grips with, whatever happens.
Yeah. Massive thing, I think. Literally that and being so there was a Daniel Negreanu tweet like 2 months ago or something, which is not even relevant anymore.
Yeah.
But it was something about there's like 4 things that make you good for a game. It's something like acting fast, being friendly. Losing money, and something else. And he was like, "Guess what? You can pick any of these 3 out of the 4 things. So if you're a winning player, if you do the other 3 things, you act fast, you're friendly, you don't get tilted when you're losing, you don't get a general positive atmosphere. You're good for the game.
People don't care about losing to you anymore.
You're good for the game because you're like giving action and like you're giving the atmosphere off that you're there to have fun and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So if you're winning money, people don't care if you're fun.
Yeah, this is the thing, you know. Like
people will like to play against you if you're gonna." Gamble.
I've gone to private games and no pro in inverted comma games. For especially Omaha, and the best way to play a game, guys, is to play your strategy, but to make it seem as though the recreational players don't know that you're a professional, and they'll come at the end of the game and be like, "Oh man, you played well there. You won a bit of money. What do you do for a living?" You know, as if they've got no idea. Yeah. And this is a really nice.
I get asked what I do for a living all the time.
Exactly, and that means you're doing your job correctly, right? Because there is an element of deception in this game. Interesting turn card here, which is going to be a high frequency check from Jamie, because obviously the button is going to have a lot more 9x in the range, and can quite easily have 9x of clubs, which is going to be one of the standard peels on the flop.
Vito absolutely necking his coffee. He just slipped it straight down in the shop, mate.
Did he absolutely do
just
it?
Absolutely did it in one.
Wow! And this is a great card for Ante to represent, in my opinion. He's got literally
I like this a lot.
Yeah, me too. He's got one of the worst hands he can have here, and he does set up a river jam quite nicely. If he gets called, he's going to have just
tough
over
one
pot.
for Jamie as well.
Jamie's got a tough spot here.
Love this.
He does decide to check call.
Not a huge.
You know, if he doesn't improve, then what's he going to do? And this is going to go check fold, I believe.
Will Ante shove? I think he might bottle it.
I don't know.
But this is stream to Ante, so who knows?
Yeah, I think this is like
he's got to.
Come
on, Ante.
You've
got it, son. He's done it. He's only gone and piled it.
Yeah. And,
see you later, King Queen. Which is the best time.
This is why in spots like this, people are just like, okay, you talk to like a recreational player or someone that's trying to improve at the game, and they're like, okay, why do I double barrel and not jam the river with missed diamonds here? And this is the reason, because you want your opponent to have the diamonds. Yeah. Because this. Wow, and what's going on with Jamie?
If he calls here, I'm gonna go and high five him. I'm gonna leave the booth.
Oh my word, he's doing some of his live shit. Like
Jamie. He's good at the live reads, right? Oh my god, he's gonna do it.
Oh, he's going for it.
No way he's gonna do it, man. Oh! Even the booth, I'm high-fiving Jamie! Oh my god!
That's one of the best calls I've ever seen live at the Cash Game Festival. He's absolutely... Wow.
Oh my god, he's only got him called.
And Ante's left the table, he just can't...
Oh my god!
He can't believe it.
Oh my god, what a call!
What's going on?
Yes, Jamie!
Guys, have you seen that? There's no reaction in the chat. What's going on?
What has happened?
Just check called him with the king high.
Yes, Jamie!
He said no. He said no, I don't believe you have the 9.
Oh my god, wow!
He's saying you might have 10-8 here, you might have Queen Jack. I mean Jack 10. Cool.
Oh my
Absolute lunacy here at the Cash Game Festival. We've just seen a check call, and you know, your mate James Bullimore was in a similar spot to this the other night against this exact player, right?
Yeah.
And when he watches the stream,
he's gonna be like, "Oh, fair enough."
This guy's
he just fucking loves a live read.
He's just got the reads, man.
He's just got the reads.
How's he not snap folded there? Because he was onto him. And look at this. This is a rather dejected sort of.
Anti's raging. Stream 2 Anti's lost his head.
Yeah, Stream 2 Anti. I mean,
he's
giving him the bump.
Well
I like
played,
that. I like that,
Well
Anti.
played,
Yeah, fair play to you, lad. And he's reaching for. Looks like it's going to be about 800 there. Okay, we're going to have the raffle now for the Cash Game Festival package.
Here in Bratislava Cash Game Festival. I got 2 judges with me, Manat and Susanna, from Casino. Thank you, and Manat from Tokyo.
Yes.
So we do this correctly. The winner is going to get the package to the next Cash Game Festival in Bucharest, worth 1,500. You can verify that this is kosher. I'm doing everything correctly. And you can trust me because my father is from Turkey and I'm from Sweden. Basically pay all the EU taxes and everything. So trust me. Yeah. So the first name, the name on the tombola ticket is Karol Masarovic, the guy who signed up for 7 TV tables and didn't show up for 1 single. This is karma. Okay, congratulations. Yeah, good job.
But it's won by Karol Masarovic, a local reg.
With a sick arm tattoo, by the way.
Yeah. He's got the guns to back it up as well.
He's big fan of that.
He's not too short on the old the ammunition.
The arm artillery.
Okay. Well,
we're going to have an interview with Karol now, so stay tuned.
So tell me, there's a backstory, because your name was on every single TV table. Yeah, you know that, right? You signed up for it. Okay. You signed
I didn't sign up for every.
So someone signed you up anyway. Okay. We were like, who is this Karol character? And today was no more Karol. And now you win.
Yeah, I was playing a lot, so I got a lot of tickets.
Of course. Are you happy? You look really happy.
Yeah.
Have you been to Bucharest before?
No.
It's the first time.
Yes.
And you have to go. You know that.
Yeah, I will go for sure.
Yeah, it's now in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So.
Yeah. So you want a package with a worth of 1,500 euros. So you can bring a friend.
Okay.
Or a fish. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Because you got 4 nights double occupancy at a hotel. You get the VIP package for you and a +1. You know what? Yeah, and you, yeah. Basically, that's we do VIP happenings every day off the felt. You know, like dinners, we go to nightclubs and whatever.
Yeah, nice.
And also you get 500 euro in cash game stake, which is nice.
Yeah.
So we change information later on. I say congratulations once again, and off you go to the 2-5 or what are we playing?
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Good luck. Okay, that was one happy winner, right? Yeah, and it was by the book, everything. Yes. So yeah, it's Banco Casino verified. Thank you, guys.
Sit open.
His eyes taking it down.
What's happened here? Vitor's piled it in with 7s and got counterfeit. Doesn't look happy about it, does he?
He looks salty.
Yeah. He's been running pretty bad recently. I've been playing some big games with him here.
Yeah.
A lot of 2-2-5, 4 and 5 card. We've played 5-10 against half the team from Slovak Bratislava.
Yeah.
Slovan Bratislava, sorry, which is the local football team here.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. You know, not the best poker players in the world, but good fun. And this is what we were talking about earlier, about giving action to get action.
Yeah.
You know, I realised that these guys were here to have fun. Money wasn't...
Did you not in until 12 p.m. the next day, right?
No, this was a really good session for me. Yeah, but I was, one of the only regs in the game showing bluffs, giving them a lot of just giving them a good time. You know, they were here to play. They have fun. Yeah. You know, they were playing the Europa League the week before. They didn't want to come. They didn't want to come here and just watch guys fold and literally bump
have
on
their
them.
AirPods in.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what the other regs do here. They don't adjust to these sort of live dynamics, and this is where you make your money in live poker.
This is why live regs will always make more than the online regs that play live, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Because
they make the game fun.
Yeah, and well, even live regs, guys that only play live, they still don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm giving away free wisdom here.
We shouldn't be giving away this kind of information on the stream.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What?
Telling the world the secrets. Hang on.
Sorry, Nick.
61 people are watching. They deserve to know.
You signed the contract, bro. What's going on?
I signed no-
the absolute.
I'm helping people.
Yeah, man, I love it. I love it. By the way, for next stream, we need to get the name changed of Jamie to just Garrett V2.
Version 2.
Jamie
yeah.
fucking gangster.
Yeah,
Jamie fucking Garrett, man.
yeah.
Jamie King High.
Absolute.
Wait, did you see
boss.
that call?
That's what I'm saying about the call against Bullimore, bro. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he
give a
just does
fuck.
that.
He
He's
just
like, hey.
looks him in the
He
eye
looks you
and
in the
goes,
face and he's like, hey, guess what? You have Jack High.
Yeah.
Unreal, mate.
Yeah.
I pay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just played hours and hours.
Did you see what I did?
Hours live.
It's about to be on the stream, and I literally left the booth and went and high-fived him.
Oh man, seriously, bro. Like,
Unreal.
the guy's a sicko.
He-
man. He's a sicko.
Who knew? He's a gangster.
He's an absolute G.
I'm just never
I'm not
bluffing.
playing in games with him, but
Yeah, he's
He's gonna beat
gangster,
you
mate.
off, bro.
He's gonna batter you.
Yeah,
you're going to war, man.
Wow, so still obviously a lot of furore around the casino about that call because that was
Unreal,
that
man.
was one of the most legendary moments of the Cash Game Festival.
That
for
is
me.
a highlight so far. That was
Almost
sick, man.
I've been commentating this is I think my 6th or 7th stop, and that's the best call I've ever seen, ever. Ever with the missed diamonds as well. Like
He's just putting
what
that
if-
on his Instagram, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. I think he's such a humble guy that he might not even. You know, like he's just
I mean,
got the lot.
At this point,
Wow,
it's already on my Instagram.
It's on your Instagram.
It's on it.
Sick.
It's on there.
I like that. Have you got his Instagram? Do you tag him?
I should.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get it after the stream and fucking tag him in it.
Man, Jesus.
Oh my god, look at him. Just
Just
battering the game.
3.1k.
Just a casual 600 bigs.
Yeah, in for 2k, out for the lot. Standard day in the office for Mr. Jamie.
Oh man, love to see it.
Yeah, he's very respectful. It's not like he
Yeah,
shoved
he wasn't
it
like,
in
"Hey,
his face.
got
Yeah,
ya, bitch."
yeah, exactly. It was just like, look lads, I've made this call. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I've not been shown the nuts. I win. Yeah,
He hasn't turned over the 9-9,
No.
so it's all good.
Yeah, and fair play to Ante though. Did show that a lot of heart there.
Yeah. I actually really thought he was just gonna bottle it.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm
when
glad
the
he
pots
didn't.
get that big, sometimes it can get a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
and it's like, oh, I got a 1 pot bet. He's doing 1 in 3 times. He might call with his jacks or whatever. Like, but like that is gangster.
Yeah.
From both of them actually. I really rate. That's a really good hand.
Yeah, that was an incredible hand. But
What the hell has happened here?
Jamie picking up on the
okay, he hasn't
situation
called.
quite well. He knows that he's not going to have much 9x in his range, and
Yeah,
that
and
bet
he's only representing a 9
That
at
bet
that
is
point,
exactly
right? Or a
it's
full
very
house.
polarized. It's
Yeah.
only representing a 9, a full house, or a straight.
Yeah.
And how often does he really have that?
But I thought Ante wasn't bluffing that much there. That it's like you're gonna win
Yeah.
1 in 3 times. You know what I mean? It's that is a very exploitative play, and that is what wins live.
Yep. So fair play to him for that, and
Oh,
unfortunately
queens.
not really rewarded with a nice flop for his queens.
Nah, he's gonna get some justice, I reckon.
He's
Queen
going to
on
have to
10.
check this board, and
Queen
you
on
know.
10.
He
Dimitri
can very
can't
much
really
check
bet
this
this.
board with some sets as well, so he is going to be quite protected here.
What's happening?
Bet 75 for
The
Is
Rock-
Rock just going to take this one down?
I think he's just gonna win this hand with
Wow.
6 high.
Go on, boys.
Because Jamie, I mean, there's
Jamie
literally
can't-
2 overcards, and he's in the middle.
Yeah. He's sandwiched with
It's a
another
disaster.
guy behind, and Dimitri is
And he's folded.
relatively
Dimitri,
deep as well.
I mean, he can call 1 and probably fold turn.
Yeah,
Maybe.
a Rock.
He can even fold now.
Rock. He might fold now, to be honest. He seems like that kind of player from what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to be out of position versus
With the
this
backdoor
guy.
diamonds, I think I'm calling once, to be honest.
What's he saying? How much is in the pot? Oh, no.
He's not raising.
No.
Dimitri, no.
You're going to
Alright.
struggle to get a live
Yeah.
read from Rock, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's just flipped it.
Oh, okay. Now Rock is going to have to
Yeah,
double
yeah.
barrel. He's picked up some equity, which
If I was Rock here, I'm shoving, I think.
You're shoving?
Yeah. Because, I mean, we're representing... Was he the opener?
Wow, this shows a lot of heart from Rock.
Love it.
Yeah. No, he wasn't.
Like, what if he's got, the other guy's got Ace 10? He's not loving his life.
He's limp called. No, he's called the raise and then called a re-raise.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
And here he has
I didn't
6% on the turn.
He's going to get
With the
fold.
6-5 off.
There's no way he calls. Love it.
And is Dimitri going to be a little bit, let's
love
say, inspired by the hero call from Jamie?
Surely not.
Eyeing him up and down, he's not let it go
way.
yet.
No way.
Doesn't have any additional equity with that king though, it's just the naked king.
He's asking him questions. Surely not, Dimitri. We're not going to get 2 sick hero calls on the same stream, surely.
I don't think so. This one obviously wouldn't be anywhere near as good as Jamie's, but yeah.
I mean, there's clubs that could be bluffing, I guess.
I don't like having the jack in our hand either.
Yeah.
That certainly takes out a lot of the more
like
natural
the
bluffs.
the
Exactly, the jack 10s that picked up the open ender on the turn. Rock only with 2 outs because we've seen 2 of the 7s folded, but you know. Let's have a look at Rock's demeanour there.
Oh my god. No.
Oh, he's going for the
He's
pump
never
fake.
gonna. He's never gonna.
What is going on here?
What
It's
is
just
going
turned-
on
it's
in this
turned
stream,
into
mate? Why am I
complete-
commentating?
What? Is he going to call off with the King Jack?
Look how calm he is.
Yeah,
He's just been handed a thing and he's like,
it's just
oh,
like,
thanks
yeah,
very
sweet.
much. I've just got Ace Queen here, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
If he stacks off...
Oh my
word.
actual god, what is going on in this game? 7.
Oh,
my
wait
god.
on the river.
Hits the post.
You win.
Yeah. Unlucky the Rock. Show your hand, Dimitri!
Don't be a dickhead about it,
Show
Dimitri.
your hand, he's saying yes, 6 high, mate! Oh, wow. The respect gained from the call instantly lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, just show your hand, mate.
This is a move you don't want to make with a player that is outwardly admitting that he is a recreational player.
No, he's like, I'm bluffing. He said,
he's
like,
like, I'm
you
bluffing,
win.
look.
He said you win.
Yeah. So
what do you think he's going to say? You win with Ace 9?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Ace 10,
He's never going to
Ace
say
Jack?
that.
No.
So the thing is,
He's gonna
guys,
show his
and
hand.
this is another good insight for players that are aspiring to play full time or are playing full time, whatever you're doing out there. If a recreational player or someone that is openly admitted that they're here to have fun and gamble is saying,
he's literally saying this now.
yeah, is saying, look, I'm bluffing. Then just show your hand, take the pot, and don't make a big scene out of it.
It's on live stream. You're gonna see his hand
exactly,
in 20
and
minutes.
it's not like you're gaining any additional information from that player. You know, the fact that he's done it in there with the 6-5, so what? Just let him save a bit of face.
Terrible, in my opinion.
Very bad etiquette.
Like, he literally...
Yeah.
He said he was bluffing, and then he still made him show it.
I know. And, you know, he's sat there drinking tea and, you know...
having a good time.
Yeah.
Don't like that at all.
No, that's not cool.
Not good in live poker.
Not good, unfortunately.
What's happening? Oh, right, okay. I thought the 9-2 off had called here. Connor's called with the 5-6 and whiffed, and Jamie takes it down. Alright, what have we got here? Rock has limped with the 10-9 suited. Dimitri has raised to 50, 45. A decent sizing, not the best hand.
Oh, what a flop for Rock. Straight back in the mix. And
wow!
Flopping the absolute
Time for
world.
some revenge, potentially.
Yeah, hopefully, but I mean, where's he going to get the action
Yeah, he's
from?
not going to get a great deal of action for any of the players here.
Might get one out of Dimitri.
Yeah. Jack on the turn for justice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Jamie's out there with the bottom pair. Nothing he can really do.
Dimitri just flicking the call with Ace Jack.
Come on, give us some justice. Give him the Jack. Okay.
Check, snap, All in, is that? It is. I don't like that. Bet really small.
Game Meal says, in my opinion, what Dimitri did isn't against the etiquette. Rock can just muck his hand if he doesn't want to show. Yeah, but what you're doing there is you're making someone feel stupid who's giving a lot of action to the game.
Yeah.
And, you know, the problem is with that is it makes them less likely to want to come back. So I agree from a...
It's long-term equity you think about,
exactly.
not right now.
In terms of the rules of the game, yes, you've got a good point. He is entitled to show or to ask to see his hand. But the guy's just said that he's completely bluffing and he's got 6 high. Just show him the winning hand and let's move on. This is where like the rules can be the rules, but common sense has to come into play as well. And Connor looks like he's listening to some sort of voice clip or something.
Voice message from his bird.
Yeah. Drawing dead on that one. I don't think.
Oh, random bloke talking to the dealer. Slowing things down.
That's Argo, the graphics man.
Oh, okay, that's
probably saying probably saying something's gone wrong here. And I like the fact that
it said Jamie had King Queen, but he called.
Yeah, what's going on? He must have had the kings. And Rock. I like the polarized sizing he used there with the flush. The hand, literally the hand after he'd been heroed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Dimitri thinking the opposite. That it's less likely
you're not
to
thinking
bluff.
You want calling by. You want to give the price to the single diamond hand though.
I think we have to make that a 3 street hand. I don't think there's going to be much point in jamming the turn.
Yeah. Because we're only going to get called by bet, right?
You're only going to get called by the nut flush that's sort of trapped you on the flop, right? Dimitri isn't going to stack off with a set on the 3 diamond board there, I don't think. Maybe he does, but
he could. But like we're targeting a narrow range there that we beat and calls.
And he probably
and
would
if
have
you
raised
just bet
the flop.
if you just bet like half pot or less, he's going to get called with like the ace of diamonds or like pretty much any big-ish diamond.
Yeah, so sorry, you were saying he's not going to call off with any of his draws, and
and I think with that size, we're then only getting called by a made hand.
Yeah.
And we're targeting a narrow range that's going to call us that we beat.
Yeah.
And even then, they're going to have some equity if it's going to be a set or something. So I prefer bet small and then shove river.
You'd have to be extremely lucky for him to have a hand like 8-7 of diamonds, or something. There's only a couple of combinations.
Like a few things that's already a flush as well.
Yeah, exactly.
We block it all.
Maybe exactly, with 10-9 as opposed to having like something ridiculous like 10 deuce, where you can get a lot more worse flushes in there. Yeah, that's the problem. So Vitor taking it down there with a nicely timed double barrel. Not sure why the Jack 6 was hopping along, but who knows.
Dimitri raising in the small blind with 5s and a snap fold. Okay, it's a straddle pot and the rock does call with the king 9. It's going to be a board where whichever player bets first wins here, I think.
Yeah.
It's a decently sized bet as well.
Yeah, it looks very meaty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe just wanted to show a bluff.
That's like 70 or something?
Well done, mate.
There's me. There's me high-fiving James.
Well done, Dimitri. You had the best hand type thing, yeah. What time did this game start? About 10:30, was it?
Yeah. No, I think like 9:30, right? It's pretty much done.
9?
It must be close soon, right? I think it's
yeah, I think we
9:30.
finish in about 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. What's been your highlight apart from the King Queen call?
It's got to be the King Queen call. Other than that,
who do you think's playing best on the table?
Good question.
It's been a bit weird because some of the regs have been pretty card dead. Like Connor's, Connor's not really had a hand. Ante played pretty crazy at the start and now has sort of like gone back into his shell a little bit. Wound his neck in
after being punished by the King High call.
He's not going to be doing much after that. And
honestly, James, very, very impressed.
Yeah. Connor.
It was like a purely live read based call. Like he literally just read his soul and was like, I call it King High. Love it.
It's impressive. I'd love to ask.
You don't often see stuff like
Hello.
that. Hey.
How's it going? How's the game going? Good for Vile?
I hope so. I don't know. I don't know. I doubt.
You never know.
I see it in his eyes.
Ah, yes.
I know
the pain. Yeah. The energy.
Speaking of Connor being card dead, we have an ace king off.
Friend. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. He'll come and play later in this.
We have a third commentator. Connor opening with the ace king off. Gets the call from Dimitri.
Live. Yeah? James, yes.
James.
Yeah.
Only he talking. Because I thought you were
sleeping.
Taking a rest.
Yes.
Yeah, the day off yesterday, George. The day off yesterday, George. What were you playing at?
George was taking a rest.
Yeah, no, he was
last
just having a
night,
rest.
But now he's back.
Now I'm back and ready to party. Yeah. That's it.
George, some things have happened here.
What's going on here?
Some things have happened here.
Wow, Antonio.
Several things have happened while you were occupied there.
I don't think Connor's folding this hand at all. I think this is just going all in yet.
Have it.
And
back of the net, mate.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead money in there, and he's going to get the snap fold.
Do you like the 3-bet? I do not.
No, it's a very bad 3-bet. Why? It's a playable hand.
I don't know that's happened.
It's a playable hand that we can just defend, right? Yeah, I mean, the problem is we are 4 ways, so the King 10 can be dominated in a couple of spots, especially if people are under 3-betting or not taking the spot.
I maybe even fold out of position there. I don't know what the price was. I kind of got distracted by the guest
third
commentator we had there.
4.5x, so King 10 is going to perform quite poorly out of position.
Yeah,
I'll
probably just fold, to be honest.
I think folding is a good option. I think this is a hand that people over-defend, a hand like Queen 9 and King 10, that people are just playing these hands with reckless abandon, not realising that, especially when it's 4 ways.
Nice words, by the way.
No problem.
Reckless abandon, love it.
I think, people are...
Dimitri's called the 6-4 suited.
Yeah, of course he's in there.
What's happening?
He's high on life because he's forced a recreational player to show 6 high. And Dimitri's going to be limp calling the 6-4 suited. I don't know, Romeo's in there with Jack-6.
It's all gone to shit.
Rock's got 10-8. Let's sack off the analysis.
Well, surely they played the Jack-6 game, but we were playing in the shot there.
Well, yeah, but he's just limp called with it. Where's the all-in, Romeo?
Oh my
What's
God.
going on?
What's going on?
Rock bets 52.
Oh, he has the best hand.
I like the bigger sizing here because his hand needs a lot of protection. What's going on? Rock, please, just pile it in his eye.
Just pile it in his eye and make him show first.
Yeah, exactly. Just pile it in his eye and make him show.
Oh my God. No, just nearly go all in.
Rock is not folding. That's one thing I can guarantee.
That's one thing we know for sure. Ace on the turn, he's all in.
He set the trap.
Yeah. Oh my actual
Come on.
Oh, hang on. Did you check raise here? Because I actually kind of like it with the middle pair.
Yeah, he did.
Backdoor. I actually kind of like
that.
Yeah,
but he's completely bottled it on the best turn card in the deck for him.
How has he done that?
I don't know. And Rock's better half is stacked. When, he should be getting trapped here quite a lot.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah, and...
what if he goes all in? What's he going to do?
Well, exactly. The most obvious draw on the flop got there. And now
Dimitri's going to fold, probably.
No, he's just going to...
Yeah, he's just going to call.
Rock's not folding.
Oh, there it is. He's all in.
How many times? Rock's a run it once, man.
Make him show, Rock. Make him show.
No!
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, imagine if he just makes him show and he has the best hand with top pair.
Fuck me.
No justice in the game.
No justice in the game, guys.
Oh, my God, man.
Ah, yeah. And Dimitri's completely butchered his hand.
We're probably not meant to have favourites, George.
No, we're not. No, we're meant to be impartial here.
But I'm raging.
Yeah, I'm raging.
That he's won that one.
I like Rock. He's a good guy.
Oh, I'm actually stealing.
Yeah. and he shows his hand and he said, "Look, I've soul read the guy."
Oh my god.
I know his check raise being bottled it on the turn.
I'm actually mad.
So I bet for value he jammed and I'm sticking it in. Didn't even think. He was just like, "Yep, 10-8. I'm
Snap
good.
call ever
I'm
this
good."
hand.
Yeah, what have you got? Yep,
See you later,
of
mate.
course. Stand. Hold. No.
No.
Never.
Hold denied.
Yeah, hold denied.
And an argument
Oh,
ensuing.
we've got a bit of afters.
A little bit of salt.
Bit of afters.
A bit
yeah.
of NACL in the after streets.
Maybe he's regretting being the run it once guy now.
Yeah, maybe.
Dimitri looks pretty pleased with himself, man. He runs good on the stream games, dude. Jesus. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it.
What a fun stream.
What was going on there, Rock?
What happened there, mate?
It's 6-4. It's just
We're
rude.
mad for you.
I know. I know. We could tell.
Snap call, easy.
Yeah. What's it? Why?
Terrible.
He's
How did you find the 7? Outrageous.
Yeah.
I'm steaming on your behalf, and you stole the trophy from me, so I'm not even supposed to like you.
I just know he's doing it in there.
Doing it in.
He like had some sort of weird vengeance against you.
Yeah, he was on the warpath.
Why did he make you show your hand?
Oh mate, don't worry, we've gone in. We've fucking gone in. Don't you worry.
We are
absolutely had his life.
bastions for the etiquette of live poker.
We've absolutely had his life.
The
making
etiquette
sure.
there.
Did you say 6 high?
Yeah.
Did you say like I have a bluff or something along those lines? Mate, fucking show you King Jack. Like you've made a hero call, hoping he's bluffing.
Yeah, I know.
And you say I'm bluffing, and he's like, show it. Like what? Are you bluffing with ace 10? Anyway, steam over.
Exactly. Steam
I'm
over,
steaming
but-
now.
And then
I'm a
and then
steamed kettle.
Hit the flush.
Yeah, nothing.
And he goes, well, he's got the jack.
Yeah.
No money.
He says to me, well, you're all in, so you're probably bluffing. Well, I'm all in now. Why aren't you calling me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, unreal.
Making it up as he's going along and somehow finding the best decision every time, maybe. Yeah.
By accident. Clicking buttons, mate.
Yeah.
Jamie
that's not much fun.
folding the second pair. Understandable salt.
It was a 1,400 quid euro flop, that one, with 8-10.
Yeah. Yeah, because he just check jam with no fold equity on the turn, thinking, well, I don't know what he's thinking. Yeah. He should shove.
I was bluffing.
He should.
Hey, man,
You got 200 behind. Yeah.
Understandable salt
bet
from
for
the rock
rally,
walking
big
past
jam
it.
on and be like, well, I still don't believe it. Yeah. Cool. What? Well played, mate. Yeah.
Dunk off the rest to Jamie.
Oh, did you?
Oh no, well, spoiler.
Spoiler in the chat.
Spoiler in the
No
chat.
one
Everyone,
heard it, no one heard it.
Everyone ignore that. Understandable salt from the rock.
Are you up on the day still?
Oh, he's done it in. He's done it in.
500.
Spoilers included.
Oh, yeah. What's going on here? Jamie's limping in with the...
Interesting. They must be playing the Jack 6 game, George.
Is that right here?
Me, mate. What are you on about?
Yeah.
I'm literally right here.
Yeah.
Rude. They're clearly playing the Jack 6 game, George, as we thought.
They are?
Must be.
Nice.
There
Well
might not
done.
be. Jamie might also just be limping with Jack 6. I'm not sure at this
He
point.
might just be playing a suited hand on the button because he fancied.
He's fancied it.
Fancies
He
it.
He's had the deck read. He's just going to smash a flush.
Just fancied it, yeah.
He's going to spank a flush.
And
no problem.
Vitor's going to be in a weird spot as well. Because we know that Jamie's just going to drill it on the turn, right?
Probably. Or just have a 6 and hero. Alright, okay.
Okay. Oh no, Rock decided to get out of this one with the gut shot. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Oh, what a flop, by the way.
Yeah. And 7 on the river, so it's going to be a chop pot
Is
between...
Jamie going to bluff here if these both check?
I don't think so.
That
He's not
would
really representing much when he checks back the turn here, is he? I'm not
Is
really
he?
sure.
Has
this-
Romeo just bet 25? Because
I
I
don't-
would be tempted to fucking... I'd be
Yeah, but would
making-
you check back a double flush board with the value hand over in this situation 3 ways? I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe not.
And Vitor calls, and I guess Romeo was trying to turn his hand into like a bluff to get chops to fold, but I don't really know what's going on anymore.
25 sides, like you're trying to get called by King Jack?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's way too thin.
Yeah, definitely. If you have like Ace Jack, you can maybe make a thin value bet there.
Yeah. I agree. Couple more hands left, guys. Jamie, the big winner of the game so far, up about 1k. Connor has made a nice profit, up 60 big blinds. That's always a nice, you know, you're always happy to be up 300 euro in 2 hours, aren't you? It's a good hourly for anyone.
Unless there's a trophy involved, in which case I'm steaming.
Absolutely steamed.
Off my rocket.
Man, the amount of money that was flying in that game was just outrageous.
That was a good, that was my favourite
It was
stream.
a lot of fun.
To be fair, this stream's also been very good.
Yeah, there's going to be some decent highlights for
Definitely
you
a
guys
decent
tomorrow.
highlight reel.
Okay, so there's going to be a showdown between Rock and Jamie here. Rock limping in on the straddle and calling a raise, and it looks like he's pretty pissed off, doesn't he, to be honest? And 10 on the turn.
No.
Jamie's checked back the flop.
No.
I like the check back on the flop from Jamie. And now he's going to start to get some value from all the gutters that are out there. There's loads of straight draws. There's obviously 10x as well. And he sets up... what's going on here? Does he still go for the other straight? Everything got there.
It's thin, but I... Wait, what did you just say?
Did you say all in?
No. No. He said something.
He definitely said something, and it wasn't check.
It was not check.
8-9 gets there, clubs gets there, Jack 10
Mate,
gets
he's betting.
there.
Jamie's a live sicko. Who knew?
Man, this guy is so good.
He's not going to go all in.
No way.
If he goes all in and Jamie calls, I'm literally going to go and high-five him again.
It must have been something that Rock said on the river, maybe something that was inadvertently defensive, or, you know, like something that was obvious that he didn't want to see a bet. But, I mean, would you really want to even see a bet with, like, 10-7 here?
No.
Do you know what I mean? And he could easily have something like that.
He's so thin and he's going to call and I love it.
Oh my god. This is one of the thinnest value bets I think I've ever seen.
And he's right.
And he's right. I
And
guess
he's
he's
right, and I think
targeting
he's gonna
like
get the call,
he's
you know.
targeting like the king jacks, the queen jacks.
I think he's going to get the call.
The king tens, the queen tens, I guess.
Is he going to get the call?
He knows his opponent is playing a little bit loose.
Ah, he folded, okay. But mate,
folded.
He value bet the best hand on
Yeah.
the scariest river. Literally the scariest river in the
That's
deck.
incredible.
Very, very well played. Jamie's definitely he's played the best this stream.
Yeah, mate, that was an incredible value bet. Is that going to be the end of it? No, we're going to have a couple more hands.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Yeah, I'm guessing we're coming up to the last couple of hands here. Very good stream for a 2-5 hold'em.
Yeah, it's been one of the better ones, that's for sure. I've just been direct messaged by some fit girl that I just followed out of the blue. This is working.
Running good.
Yeah, running good. And she plays poker as well.
Oh my god.
Outrageous.
The dream.
Yeah. So I'm going to play it cool. I'm going to probably reply
just
tomorrow.
give it 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Just let her sweat on the scene for a while.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Slow roller.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, we have the same hand against the same hand here. And the Rock's going to win, surely. Oh no, wait, he limped, so probably not. Right, so it's... Okay. He just wins for being in position.
Yeah.
He loves it. He absolutely loves it. So who's the big winner right now? Do we know?
Jamie. He's up 1.1k, isn't he?
He's in for 2, yeah?
Yeah, in for 2. Connor's doing well. He's won 300. Victor's definitely down. Antonio's about level, as we predicted. Rock's doing it in. Seat 1 is the bad etiquette, but questionable player guy. He's winning. Antonio just looks like he's chewing a wasp or something.
Yeah, he might as well not be there.
Yeah. And Ante as well is doing it in as all Finns like to do.
Yeah.
You give him a few too many
This guy's
drinks.
got a fucking faded shirt. It's stylish.
Yeah, this
with a shirt underneath, questionable. What do you think about that?
I don't mind it. At least he's found an iron for his shirt. Unlike Bullimore.
James Bullimore.
Jesus Christ!
Shout out to James Bullimore, who does not own an iron.
Yeah, who's
who likes
sifted out the crumpled shirt from the bottom of the bag.
Yeah, who likes to pretend to not be a reg by wearing a shirt, but then not ironing it, so he instantly looks like a reg again.
Gives the game away, doesn't it? Yeah. And Rock's checked twice here to Antonio to try and get some blood out of that stone, and absolutely nothing.
Absolutely none.
He's
stone.
He's turned the absolute lot.
Well played, the Rock. It's one where Ace I could have called. I don't hear it. Is the trophy going to go to Jamie, or is someone else one bigger in our live stream for holding so far?
No, this will be the biggest win.
This will be the biggest win so far?
It'll be what's that? 200 big blinds? Yeah, 250, 20 big blinds. 220 bigs. Yeah, that usually gets it done for Hold'em.
Yeah.
Winning over 2 blinds is kind of rare in these games because they do tend to play a little bit nittier.
Yep. And how many? Is there any more Hold'em games to play?
Yeah, we're gonna have a couple more. I think we've got one at least tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the last day of streaming, isn't it? And then we're going to have the final table of the tournament.
Right.
Yeah. So Jamie here with the pocket tens should get some action from Dimitri, who's not in the small blind. He's on the button. So
lies from the graphics.
Yeah. Rock's happy to come along with the 7-5. He's looking for any excuse to play a hand at the moment.
Absolutely steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah. And so it's going to be a rough spot.
He's going to lose money.
Jamie has literally flopped the dream flop here. 5 high, paired board.
Literally 6s and 5-7 both think they have the best.
Yeah, which means that 5-7 is, if he hits the 7, that's not going to be any good. And it's just a dream spot for Jamie. And he
can value bet here. Ace King can potentially value bet here. And yeah, he's going to get called by plenty of worse things. What is Dimitri doing?
Dimitri is just calling, I think.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, I thought, yeah.
That would be ambitious.
Raise 130, position 3.
Ooh, dearie me.
And Rock's making it 130, and I don't think he's got the plan to fold here. Jamie does have the 10 of clubs in his hand.
He's getting it in,
yeah, I think.
And presumably Jamie goes all in.
He does know that Rock is defending a lot of deuce X, but it's just all too convenient for Rock to end up having the deuce in this spot.
Two here.
Exactly, it's a lot of assumptions that you don't, and a route that you don't really want to go down, because you do have to adjust hand by hand in this live games, and if you know that someone's pretty tilted, I mean, it's really not gone Rock's way at all.
No.
He's probably down about a bag. He might just be gambling.
He's done in the short deck.
Yeah. So raise to 130.
Ooh, just a call.
Dimitri should be getting out the way now. There's really no good turn cards for him, apart from a 6. Obviously, a club could get him into trouble. A 4 or a 3 could get him into trouble as well.
Yep,
he's got an uncapped range in terms of Jamie. And when this is a dust. Okay.
That was the sound of dust.
Yeah, that's. See you later. Ace on the turn.
There.
Wow, if Rock finds a jam here for the half pot, do you think it gets through? Because he can certainly have 3-4.
And he doesn't. Is Jamie going to shove?
I don't think so. The ace not being the club, that means that someone could easily have the nut flush draw, especially Dimitri, who's, could just have a hand like ace 4 of clubs or something like that, which we're basically dead against now. But Jamie knows better than me, based on what we've seen so far.
He's been playing sick.
Been crushing it.
If he can shove here and get called by worse, literally I'm going to go high five.
Yeah, this is outrageous.
I'm going to spend the next few days high-fiving him whenever I see him.
Why would he shove 4x pot, says one of the chat. No, we were just talking about against Rock.
Yeah.
As in getting the money in and forcing Dimitri to fold. So Rock now can definitely try and represent the 3 here, but doesn't. Elects to check.
Checks down and Jamie wins.
Yeah. Probably considering
it's
himself to have
to go for value.
Yeah, considering himself to have too much showdown value, that your opponents could possibly have missed clubs or just some weird float that didn't get there.
As well, so Rock as the Czech Riz there, we expect to have clubs. Or full house, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right? Or two.
Yeah.
So there's no point betting to get caught by that range.
No.
And the Rock.
And he can easily have 3-4 that's trapping the turn. He can have.
Yeah, and Dimitri's hands look exactly like what he has, right? It's like a pair between 5s and 10s.
Yeah.
So why? I mean, we could get caught by that maybe if we bet really small, but kind of opens up the action to get raised and bluffed.
Yeah, which you don't want to do.
If the player is capable of that, we shouldn't do it.
And if you have any sort of shadow of showdown value, it's probably best just to take that and
definitely
save yourself the.
Problem being as well that you could have some ace rag of clubs.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, which is never folding, obviously.
And it's going to call.
Yeah.
We just lose more. Man of the moment. Jamie just walked past the commentary booth.
3 players.
We'll be talking to him afterwards about a couple of these spots. High fives will be hard. From the hands we see here, no one has anything.
Yeah.
Jamie has a 2. And
Jamie's
wins.
got it done.
And wins.
And I don't know how close we are to the end of the stream here, but I'd imagine we're reaching the last couple of hands.
We're definitely in the ballpark.
Yeah. So stay tuned, guys, because if you don't think the action's been frantic enough so far, then...
we'll probably do it in the last 3 hands.
Yeah, I think Rock's stack is going to be going in regardless of the hand.
Yeah, we have had a spoiler.
Yeah. True, but I think we could have deduced that anyway.
We probably could have had a wild
I like to think
guess.
we're smart enough just to work out what's going on.
He has 200 left.
Yeah.
It's getting sent in.
It's 40 big blinds, but to Rock, it's essentially 5. He doesn't like playing the short stack.
I don't blame him. I hate a short stack. This is why I play cash not tournaments, because you can't add on in tournaments.
No, exactly.
Because you have to have less than 100 big blinds if you have less than 100 big blinds.
Man, it's so much fun just to
that.
wazz it in when you're short.
Yeah.
But, you know, then you're out the tournament.
And crap.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Nah, it's boring.
I'm not a fan.
So
I'm especially not a fan since the recent bubble of the.
Oh yeah, man, that was brutal for you.
GUKPT.
You could have been getting a lot in cash games there as well. However, it was a free roll, so it's not the end of the world.
It was a free roll. We can't cry about it.
What's Rock thinking here? I've been checked too, so I bet, and I like Connor's check here.
Well, we're clean playing the Jack 6 game.
They must be, right?
Is it a possibility that they're actually playing the Jack 6 game?
Or are
because
they
we were
just that
joking
bad?
the whole time, and I'm now starting to think it's real.
Or are they just that bad?
It's a close one, Josh.
Connor's really got a nice spot here. I like the check on the flop. He is going to induce Rock to do a lot of stupid stuff.
It has happened.
Yeah.
And I like the call.
Yeah, exactly. Keep to the plan. Ace on the turn.
I'm still check calling.
Doesn't help anyone. We're still going to be check calling Rock. He's just got way too many air balls.
Oh no.
Has he shoved it?
No. We had a moment there.
It's a 6 on the river.
And the Rock has hit a pair.
Yeah. Is he going to value bluff that now? Or
Range merge.
Range merge, yeah. Trying to get...
he could be all in.
Trying to get Jamie to call with king high and then...
Hero call me now, boy.
Yeah, exactly. I got you beat, bro.
No. Surprisingly enough, it does check down and the queen wins.
Connor gets it done.
Is Connor winning this session? I think he is, right?
Yeah, he's up about 500. The lads played very well.
0.5 bags, well played, Connor.
Good aggression frequency as well, which is definitely going to get him
Rock being the highest
back.
aggression frequency is a bit of a surprise to me.
And Jason there in the background, when he comes to the table, that means it's 3 hands to go. So 3 hands, guys.
Okay. So Jason briefly joins the table for 3 hands?
No, he just comes and says we've got 3 hands left. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought he was going to come and sit in this little gap here.
No, I don't think he plays the 2-5 hold'em.
Fair enough.
He's more of a mixed game player.
Fair enough. What a boring game. Hold'em is.
Yeah, in comparison to all these other games, and the game I'm about to join, that's for sure.
Yeah. The Rock limping the 5-4 suited, which is dominated by the limp of Romeo with the 8-4 suited here. Jamie...
Much more playable than the 8-4 suited there. You're going to flop a lot.
I'd prefer the 4-5.
Yeah.
Jamie just makes it...
45.
Can't
I like it.
I was going to say an amount of X, but I can't do that kind of math quickly.
9x.
9.
9x, Romeo's going to fold,
gonna find
and Rock is going to call.
Oh, of course.
Of course, so we're heading to the races here.
Hey, he's got a third of his stack in.
Yep. And
he's got a flush draw.
That's going to be that.
That'll be that.
It's going to be, Jamie's going to check call it off.
Yeah.
Rock's going to pile it in.
Yeah. That will be that.
And this is going to get snapped so fast.
Yep,
there you go. Hey,
George, would you like to bet €1,000 that Jamie wins this? Because I have had a spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
5-4 versus the King Jack. Rock did turn some additional equity there. A 7 would have got him there, but unfortunately, it's just not been his day in terms of the hold'em. He ran like God on the short deck, and I think he's had enough.
I would have personally preferred him to run bad in the short deck and let me just win the trophy and the package, but
that would have been nice for you, for sure.
Fair enough.
So Jamie with the 3.7k, and it looks like, oh, that is the last hand.
And Jamie is going to be the big winner.
Are they continuing or not? No. Rock's out.
Anti making a complaint to Jason about running bad, probably.
And yeah, and so Argo is going to come over and see the stack. So guys, thanks very much. Just for a little debrief then, this has been Sam Clark.
Hello.
UK vlogger.
I prefer vlogger.
Yeah, vlogger. It runs nicely off the tongue, doesn't it? So, UK vlogger. Do check him out, and it's Sam Clark Poker on YouTube, right?
Correct.
And Sam Clark Poker on Instagram.
Yep.
And Sam Clark Poker on Bebo.
Nope. Not yet.
Okay,
coming soon to a Bebo near you.
Coming soon to a Bebo near you, Sam Clark Poker. Keep tuned, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll see you back tomorrow for the last day of cash game action before the tournament on Sunday. Goodbye.
Cheers.